I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, some areas of patchy fog and freezing fog this morning. Then partly sunny skies will be expected for the afternoon. Afternoon high should be around 37. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies. We'll see a low around 21. And tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies will stick around. Afternoon high should be around 35. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
It's fishing season. Bad actors are trolling your business emails, luring you and your employees to take the bait and steal your private information. Make sure your cybersecurity keeps your business from being the catch of the day. At Hamilton, cybersecurity is our business. We are experts at keeping your network and business information secure and off the hook. Contact Hamilton for a vulnerability assessment today. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to Ticket Weeknights. Harrison and DeMornay Pierson-El, host of the show for the Don't Punt Hour, back here at the Ticket 1040 studios. If you guys ever want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 951. Great way to put a face to the voice. We got Nebraska hoops just about an hour away from tip-off here. We'll also have the postgame for that, as well as the Chancellor Brewington show debuting at 8 p.m. tonight. So plenty of things to stick around here for on the Don't Punt Hour, as well as all the other weeknight programming. But nonetheless, good morning, Pierson-El. I want to start out here with some Nebraska hoops, simply for the fact that they play in less than an hour away. We've kind of talked about it before with guys like Keisei Tamanaga, who hasn't had that eruption game yet that he pretty much had consistently all the way until the very last game versus Minnesota, but hasn't played bad. I don't want to say he's had bad games. He's been playing really well. It's just been more team oriented. But who through these next three games, because you have a Indiana team, not bad, not great. I'd say, they're right on average with Nebraska by most people looking at those teams. Tonight could be a big one. Wisconsin, ranked, good opponent on the road. And then you got Purdue, the last one out of these next three at home as well. Through these three games, which players do you are really going to make an impact? And Rink Mast is game time decision today. And unless Starter Heyman text line, if you got any information, the starting sheet, if he's out there, go ahead and let me know. But I believe he's still game time.
That's going to be hard. Like you said before, he hasn't kind of hit fire yet. I think it's going to be a team effort, not just one individual. It's going to take.
That's what it has been. Yeah,
it's gonna take everybody. You're starting to hit the mid-season and the new year started and everything like that. They've been on a good track. So I think everybody's going to have to pitch in and do their own part. And, if somebody goes off and just has that game and everything like that, cool, fine, and dandy, I'll take it. But, don't do too much outside of your means. Stick to, what you're supposed to do. Play good defense, rebound. Don't give, the opposing team multiple times to get the offensive board.
Yeah, that was the game versus Minnesota. That was the night. I know anyone who watched that game, the rebounding numbers, actually, I think they came out even, but there's so many balls that, like you were talking about, where it was we'd get a touch on it, we'd flick it off, it'd bounce off, our hands. Wasn't necessarily a rebound for him, but another opportunity at the rim.
So, that. Hopefully play transition well, good defense, move your feet, be active. Like I said, I don't think it's one person that I'm saying that I need to see, like, oh yeah, you need to do this, so that, like, no, it's going to be a team effort.
So let me rephrase it. Who have you been impressed by that's really stuck out? Rink Mast has always been that guy, obviously, until he got hurt before, but that Kansas State game is when he was wearing that brace, but he's been really solid. Juwan Gary too has been really good.
I would say him.
Okay, yeah.
I would say him probably for the most part.
That game where I think he had ridiculous. It was like 18 rebounds, might have been 11 offensive rebounds alone.
So, like I said, it's a team effort. Like, they're not a run and gun team. They're not a 3-point shooting team. Like, they're gonna have to create baskets and shots for themselves. And it's going to take everybody, to chip in to do their part. So I'm not blown away by it and everything like that, but what they have been doing has been working for them. And that's just playing complete basketball, team basketball, moving the ball around. They've been fairly shooting decent. It's not terrible.
Yeah, no, the numbers compared to last season, like you're actually hitting your free throw numbers.
Yeah.
You can't tell me. I mean, that pissed me off last season when you're losing games because you can't hit free throws. I mean, it's not just me, fans, players, coaches alike. That's going to drive everybody crazy. But yeah, the shooting number has been fine. I think it'll probably be by committee. One guy that I want to see continue to improve. Again, I'm not bashing on him. I think he's been playing okay. But Josiah Alec, he's just such a big guy in there. He's got great athleticism. He almost needs, to me, like a page of just a little more patience. Like, you got all the athletic prowess. If you just time your moves a little bit more instead of thinking you got to force through it, even just look at Rink Mast game. Like, he's not necessarily an athletic, imposing force.
He just knows the shots.
He's just patient. Yeah, he's patient. And if a shot's not there, he'll wait for someone else to cut open. With Josiah, he'll take a heat check from the corner three. I'm good with that. When he's making them, great. But there's just times where I'm like, man, I think you could be a really big impact at this position. You got all the size in the world, and he's
Hustle, that's definitely not his problem. He probably hits the floor more than anybody else on the team right now. But I mean, he seems like just untapped potential still. And I know Fred Hoiberg's continuing to try to get him to that next level, but that's a guy where with Blaze Keita coming back too, carve out a role for yourself.
What year is he? Is he
He transferred from New Mexico. Let me see how many years of eligibility he has left. He did come from New Mexico.
And what was kind of like his role at New Mexico? Is it something like he was playing now? Or
pretty much, yeah. Defensive guy. He had a little more offensive production over there, but he was basically defense, rebounds, kind of the same role we have him here in Nebraska.
Okay.
Let's see here.
But it's not terrible. I see why you say, a little bit more. He should be, adjusted to what the system is and understanding what is expected, from you. And you'll have games to where you're turning up and you just might be feeling it that night and might, score a little bit more unusually unlike yourself here and there. But I mean, the more comfortable he gets, the more, because it's a different ball, it's a different league. Big Ten is different league than playing in New Mexico.
I mean, he made the NIT, so he got that under his belt.
It piecing it together and everything like that, as long as the right pieces fall in place for when it counts and everything like that, I'm cool with it. It's not terrible. Could he do better? Could I expect more out of him and everything like that? Yeah, but it's not that it's affecting, the outcome of the games. He can be more aggressive sometimes, or he can be a little bit more patient at times and everything like that. It doesn't necessarily throw the flow off or mess anything up. So, once he gets consistent with having his go-to move or his second, go-to move, or picking out his spots on the floor to where he's comfortable at, getting those shots and everything like that, it'll come. But hopefully it starts to hit sooner than later.
Yeah, and he is a senior. The thing for me is, I don't think he's throwing off the game flow at all, but I just feel like, man, you can definitely grab some points if you key up your runs at the rim. And when you do that, just be patient in there. Because even if you do it, it might still not be open. But if you get the ball down there, it might be another easy pass right around the corner to whatever, other bigs down there with you if you're playing a 2-man game. But he's a guy where, he's a senior, a little older. He's just got a lot of physical ability that I think he can continue to get better. Defensively, I don't really have any problems with him there. Offensively, he hasn't been taking a ton of shots, so I'm not, going to get mad at him because he hasn't been hurting the team's efficiency by any means. He had one game where he took maybe a few too many threes. For the most part, shout out to the fans out there. Oh, has it got Indiana?
We got Indiana on.
We won't give him the fan cam. For any Indiana fans walking by, you're not going to get on the fan cam. Nebraska gear, that always works. But obviously, it's starting to fill up a little bit down here downtown as we got Nebraska basketball, as I said before, in just about 45 minutes here. Plenty of things with Nebraska basketball. I think it's going to be Keisei Tamanaga, Rink Mass if he can come back. The playmaking's been great between that whole unit. I don't know if we'll ever have that leading scorer, like game in, game out. It's been so far, and that's not necessarily a problem by any means.
Sometimes you got to do things differently, like just because you're used to it. And I mean, you've seen how that worked out when he was going off and what made him to that, and they're doing better. So, I mean, will it come at times to where he might have to, put that cape on? Maybe.
It doesn't even have to be him. I've just been surprised by, and again, this isn't a problem by any means. It's a hell of a problem for the defenses that the scouting report they have to try to draw up, knowing that their guy could be
anybody. Yeah.
Like multiple games we've had where we've had all 5 starters in double digits. We've had multiple games where, it might be CJ Wilcher or even Sam Hoiberg off the bench, leading scorer with 15, 19, 20 some points. So, to me, I think this lineup, it's the most depth that Fred Hoiberg has. I think these next 3 games are really big.
Ooh, most definitely.
Because year 5 under Hoiberg, I don't think you can afford another lackluster season. You got all the depth that you could have wanted. I mean, it's the depth that you've recruited.
He's kind of on the hot seat.
Good season so far, but I think if it goes bad, that hot seat's not far away. Like, I don't want to say he's on it, but I'm saying like they're waiting to pull it out.
The temperature's rising for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've been in a place for 5 years and nothing really to account for it.
Say they do better in conference play. They get 3 more wins than last season conference play, but they just miss the tournament. They don't make the NIT either. So an improvement in conference play, overall record, but you're still few games short of the tournament. Is that hot seat eject? Or you think year 6 won't make the tournament?
It's a lot of things going on in my head to analyze that, just because, okay, well,
it's early season too. I'll give you that.
Not even that, but okay, like, who does he have coming back for next year, or who are the people that he has coming in?
Well, K-State will be gone. Transfers, we'd have to get a list of the transfers. The recruiting class right now, it's still kind of hinging on a few guys. Like, I wouldn't look at the incoming recruits.
I would say give him another year. He had a guy that went second round as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's on that team for 2 years, one of those seasons might have been a tournament bid.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's hard to recruit people out to the Midwest.
That's why I think I give him a long. Even as long as I see improvement, I have a hard time getting rid of Fred Hoiberg, just because I do think he's making this place that he's going in the right places. Mm-hmm.
He's on the right track. It'd be different if, other stories were coming out and everything like that, but he's been running the program in a good fashion.
Yeah, you never hear anything bad about the basketball team. The only thing you heard bad was a rink mascot jumped by a stranger riding a scooter,
so
put a mask on him.
And he's gotten talented guys here.
Yeah, Bryce McGowan.
So that's not hard, but I mean, the league calls, especially with them when they one and done. You can't be mad at somebody for pursuing that. Which is not fair at all. Basketball should stay for 2 years. That's just my opinion. I think college basketball will be way better than what it has been. You can look at going back to some of the Kentucky teams. I think Kentucky would have probably won 11, 12 straight national championships if those teams, if you could have just allowed those guys for basketball to stay for 2 years.
So I think they had Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle,
John Wall, Cousins,
Wall,
that they went on like a 5-year run. Anthony Davis
with one and dones,
Booker, a lot of for their first round guys, they had at least 2 or 3 starters that went. So if basketball could keep, if they can put a deal on where basketball stays in college for 2 years, oh my God.
Well, you look at the tournament. That's always that seems to be how it's shaken down. I mean, UConn, that was a team with a little bit of history, players returning. Kansas, players returning. It's a team. Baylor, even they have a lot of guys. Like, those elite teams seem to be the players that are more willing to come back. Like, it almost looks like the Dukes have taken a little bit of pain throughout this process.
But not everybody, on those rosters were for sure lottery picks.
No, it's like Gonzaga with Timmy. Like, he knew.
So it's different to when, like, now you for sure top 5, top 10. And that money is in your face and everything like that. So it's a little bit different when they might have had, one guy that might have been potentially on the verge of that, or, has that potential, and whatnot with some of those, with Baylor. I remember at Baylor with, I think it was like Ishmael Cartwright.
The year they won it? Or
no. Okay. This is like when Baylor was nice.
Okay.
They had like Quincy AC and where they were balling. So, but a lot of those guys, they weren't, first round type of guys. They were second round, developmental type dudes. Like, they had the hype, but it wasn't, the guaranteed for sure you're in slot. So I think basketball, that would do good for basketball.
Yeah.
For them to at least have to stay for 2 years.
Yeah, because that is, every time we get to the March Madness, everyone does all their homework and tries to figure out who all these 64 teams are, because none of those, a lot of returning players are even there. Transfer portals accelerated that to an insane level. So everyone's got to do a little bit of homework before the season starts, because anyone that's telling you I've watched all 64 of those teams is just lying straight to your face. Like, there's so much basketball, so many names to know. There's obviously interesting ones like James Madison after their run start, but plenty of players to watch as we're getting into official, I shouldn't say official, but all on out here conference play. Yeah, we had a couple conference play games already, but from this point on,
it's conference.
It's straight conference.
It's in the thick of it, and it won't be easy.
No. What are your real thoughts on Nebraska beating Purdue, and what would the keys have to be? to beat a Purdue team that we did see Northwestern beat, and Northwestern just got blown out by Illinois. So it's not like they're unbeatable.
They would have to be on. It's at home. It's your court. Your shots have to be falling. You got to turn up the intensity a little bit. Pressure them, make them, feeling a little bit, uncomfortable and dominating the boards, offensive boards and defensive boards.
Yeah, I think attack Zach Edey. Like, don't let him be comfortable. That's what I was talking with Amon Green. It drives me nuts when, you see a great player and your first instinct is, well, I better not go at that guy.
Go to his chest.
Exactly.
Mess around and find out.
Yeah. And if you find out and you take a foul,
I'll
right.
take 2. Yeah. Oh, well, it's fine.
It's either that or you let him have 30 points or whatever the hell he wants out there.
No.
I mean, there's times when obviously it's not going to be the quote unquote Jordan rules, but there's times when physicality, you see if you can throw them off their game a little bit. Nothing dirty.
You will know early on, if the refs will tolerate.
Yeah,
certain stuff in the game. So I mean, if they call in tic-tacky fouls and everything like that, there's ways to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you got to cheap shot the guy. Or
no, but if
like
they're
that.
going tic-tacky fouls, I can get you on the other end with the same calls and put
know
you
what
in
I'm
foul
saying?
trouble.
To where now you're not thinking, with your athleticism, you're thinking mentally of, necessarily where can you still, 1 or 2 things to maybe cool him off and send him down at the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So just a heads up, play of just being aware of, okay, what's going on. Not necessarily with our team or their team, but like, okay, how was the refs calling?
Yeah, we've seen that happen for Nebraska a few times where they've taken it the wrong way. And last season, it felt like they took it the right way. Because it's a really physical team. And despite the defense and how hounding they were, they did a really good job staying out of foul trouble. Like, just kind of playing with what the refs were giving them. Sam Hoiberg is the guy that deserves a lot of credit for that. He'll put a chest into you. As soon as the refs call it, he'll find a different way to defend you and keep himself out of foul trouble. But it's definitely one thing as we wrap up this first segment that gives me hope about this Nebraska basketball team. Yes, I know the text line's going to say something about Minnesota. We did lose that game, but there is a lot of toughness in this group. They do play good defense. I'm hoping that Minnesota game was
it'll be here, right?
It's so Indiana home, Wisconsin on the road, Purdue home.
Okay.
So yeah, we got 3 games, 1 on the road, 2 against ranked opponents, 1 against an Indiana team. I think ESPN's got us projected 75% favorites. Make what you will on that. We've seen that go sideways all the time, but it is good to think that you are starting to get that notoriety around Nebraska basketball. Capitalize on it. We had no sit Sunday versus Creighton. That turned out to be a disaster for Nebraska basketball. It just flat out did. That's not what you want. You finally get the attention of the country to look at a Big Ten basketball program that's had little to no history.
First half was excellent. It was energized. Atmosphere was good. You matched intensity. They got their boards and everything like that. But when they came out that second half,
3 ball, 3 ball, 3 ball, 3 ball. Those are games where I knock Nebraska for it because you could have had a better showing. You didn't have to lose by that much. I still don't know if you win that game. Just because the way Creighton was shooting the ball was getting to
they were on
storm type level.
They were on point, but it just there was no rhythm on offense for Nebraska at all. So I don't know if they were just afraid of the mid range of just driving in and pulling up right, in front of the dude and make him contest or whatever. Shot fake, get him in the air, go up.
That's Lawrence's go-to move lately too, and it's been nice with it. Eric Strickland, he said he had a conversation with him, and he's like, just whatever your shots are, you just go find those shots and go knock it down. Find that whatever your sweet spot is.
Get in your rhythm, and then you can start pulling, from behind the arc and everything like that. But that was one thing I really didn't see in the Creighton game is just that they were just comfortable in the mid range or easy twos here and there. If it wasn't necessarily wide open or they didn't have a guy on their hip to go up, it was just pulling from behind the arc, and it wasn't consistent. It wasn't on point. It was just kind of hopeless that you didn't know where the flow of the game was going to go. And I think that often bit them in the second half. In the first half, it was a little bit better. They were driving. They were attacking the basket. They were attacking in transition and everything like that. It wasn't the same in the second half.
Yeah, and I think that's what we saw against North Dakota too. We only win that game by 8 points, but that first half was, we're going to take a bunch of threes for no reason. That's what drove me nuts. I was like, you're better. You don't have to beat them on the 3-point line. You're better skill players. You're taller, stronger, better athleticism. They had a couple guys, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, on paper, we're the better team. So those are the few things. If I had to put a few cautions on this Nebraska basketball roster, it's the offensive identity that you're talking about. That's why, yeah, I love having multiple leading scorers, but I do wonder at times, like, is this offense looking around at each other, trying to figure out, what's our whole offense trying to do right now? I understand Fried Hoiberg's got a plan, but there's times where Minnesota, the second half, the back cuts dried up and they didn't look like they knew how to attack. Like they completely lost how do we attack this team. Against North Dakota, they just stopped taking threes. They realized we can go inside and get some points and then some timely threes on top of it. But that'll be interesting to watch. These next 3 games, it's really going to pick up for Nebraska basketball in terms of competition. If they can win 2 out of their next 3, fantastic. 1 out of their next 3, not great. 0-3, you're looking pretty far out in the net rankings. With that being said, though, we're going to go ahead and throw to our first break here on the Tone Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, host as always, Harrison running the 1s and 2s. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy new year. They are thankful for many things from 2023 and hope that 2024 brings prosperity for you and starts off well for everyone in your life. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's cheese spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's cheese spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's cheese spread today at your local grocery store.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. And Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in Ticket Weeknights here at the 1040 Ticket Studios. Good morning, Pierson-El, host of the show, as always, on the Don't Punt Hour. Again, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. And again, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, channel 951. So on this next segment, if you guys want to talk about basketball, just go ahead and shoot out a text. We can dive into it. But I do want to talk a little bit of NFL here. On this right monitor, I got teams in the hunt, teams on the bubble. I want to go through some of these and who do you think is actually going to make it as we have week 18 in the NFL, which teams are going to make it and which teams are going to fall out short. So obviously first team in the hunt, Jaguars, currently sitting 9-7, first in the AFC South. If they lose, they got 22% going to NFL Next Gen Stats.
Who are they playing?
They got Tennessee.
Okay.
You like the Jags or Tennessee in that one?
Is it at? Where is it at?
This one, I believe it is in Tennessee. Yes, in Tennessee. You're going to pick the Tennessee Titans?
Tennessee is, you got to watch them. They can be sneaky.
They can be. With Will Levis, they found a little bit something.
I just don't like how the Jaguars have been playing. Like, they're so much, they're capable of playing at a higher level. And it just like they haven't figured it out, or they haven't gotten back to it yet. So that is a sneaky team to watch out for, but they're just not hitting on all cylinders right now.
What do you think the biggest problem is to that inconsistency? Because I know what you're talking about. It's been like that pretty much all season long. Really good games followed up by every now and then a low-scoring, poor defensive game.
The defense has been a part of it. Their defense isn't the greatest. It doesn't scare me. Trevor Lawrence has been fighting injuries on and off and everything like that. Their run game has been, inconsistent. Etienne is just I don't know what happened this year. I thought Calvin Ridley's role would be way bigger than what it is. It's just up and down. And I don't know if you just got Christian Kirk in there and Calvin Ridley, and it's just not a good mix. But that's the I don't know why like they've plummeted.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you got all the weapons out there.
You for sure.
And Etienne to me he doesn't get talked about enough, but I still look at him as one of the best backs in the NFL. Like his numbers are insane.
Last year they was using him like Kamara. When like Kamara's first couple years, they receiving back. hit out the backfield,
Mhm.
screens, angle routes, and I just don't. They would put him out wide and have him run go routes on linebackers. I don't know what.
I just want to see because I think he could be. I know he's already given you a ton of offensive production, but he might even be able to give you more. If you keep putting him out in more of those receptions.
You put him in the right situations and getting him the ball. Yes.
Yeah. Real quick here from Bryce, just because we know the Raiders are already out. He says Chiefs AFC West.
I don't want to hear
champs
it
again.
Don't want
8
to hear
years
it
straight.
And the Grinch stole Christmas for you. So Raiders. How about that?
Is this at any point in time? How strong a belief did you have that, you know what, we're going to steal this one? There's a chance we steal this one from the Chiefs. It's hard to believe that this would be the year, but
what anybody teams that play in the same division, it's never a for sure thing.
Oh, 100%.
I've been a part of that rivalry.
I'm talking about stealing the conference because you guys were right there.
Like it's right there. Like it's never a guarantee. But I understand, they are what they are. Their defense is probably, played the best that they've played in some years. But you never know. The Chargers give them a headache every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Broncos are starting to come back. They beat them this year, so you can't say it's an easy win just because he is who he is. He doesn't have who he has on the outside, like how he used to.
Yeah.
A lot of their offense with Tyreek Hill was a lot of scrambling and throwing it to him.
Or Kelsey. Yeah, two guys scrambling out there.
So now Kelsey's the focus of it, and it's not now your safety net's taken away. Not to take anything away from, Patrick. I think he's, a generational talent type of quarterback and whatnot. But
how serious are the Chiefs for you as an elite Super Bowl contender? Despite the kind of, I don't want to say terrible. I don't
think their offense can take them there. Their defense is good. But the Chiefs has never been known for a good defense. You just had to slow them down.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot make it a track race, you have a chance of winning. Now their track stars are gone.
Yep. And as Bryce also points out, too many drops at key moments.
So you have receivers that aren't necessarily really doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be one thing if it was, contested balls or, back shoulder catches that are difficult. Like they're dropping stuff that's wide open throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
And big moments and everything like that. So I don't think offensively wise they don't have a juice to get there. You can't never count Mahomes out, but they don't strike fear how they have been over the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's a good way to say it. I'm not going to count Mahomes out, but I'm going to count his supporting cast out. Like I just don't think
I know what he brings to the table and what he's coming with.
Mm-hmm.
But other than Kelsey, all right.
Yeah.
Pacheco's he's not a game changer. Like he's not going to break the game. He's not a Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, he's a good player, but you could find a lot of Pachecos out there.
He wasn't Kareem Hunt. Kareem would come out of the backfield, line up in certain stuff, and he could break the game open for you. Pacheco's not like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Kelsey, if people are, apparently if you have a girlfriend, you just can't do that while you're in the NFL. I know it's driving people nuts with his numbers, but I think that's more conducive of the defense really just has to focus on Kelsey. Like
they would rather somebody else beat them than Kelsey.
Yeah, because that somebody else might just go ahead and drop the ball for you on a 3rd and long situation that was converted, drops it, and then sure enough, Chiefs turn it over on punt. So it's been that kind of year for the Chiefs. Moving on here, though. I know you love talking about your Kansas City Chiefs, but we got the Baker Mayfield, Baker Mania Buccaneers sitting 8-8, first in the NFC South. If they win this one, 99% chance they're in. If they lose, 1% chance. They have to get this game, essentially, and they're playing the Carolina Panthers. In Carolina.
I'm not. They don't really scare me. Again, Baker's been having a heck of a season. I think he'll get re-signed for a year or two deal probably. Their defense is decent. It isn't what it has been the past 2 years, but it's still a solid defense. But they're still fighting they're right at 500. So the only reason why they're getting in is because nobody else in your conference is good.
Yeah.
So I'm not concerned about them really either. You just, you got to make sure you don't overlook them because you still got to go out there and play.
I think it's the worst division.
For sure.
I don't think it's close.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you're winning in the worst division.
For sure.
Baker Mania. It's fun. He has his
numbers
spots.
are good. His numbers are good.
They're up and down. They're just like, he's a good quarterback. He's never had consistent play, because to me, that's what makes you great. It's consistently week in, week out. You're putting up those numbers. He's been up and down. I think they obviously get in. I'd be pretty surprised to see the Panthers sneak a win, but that's the team. If they do make it, I don't see them making any noise. A team that could make some noise, and they'll be playing I shouldn't say a bad, but a struggling team in the Miami Dolphins. You got the Buffalo Bills 10-6, second in the AFC East. If they win it, 99% chance that if they're in, lose 64. So still pretty likely to get in.
And who are they playing last?
They got the Miami Dolphins.
In Buffalo.
This one, I believe, is in Buffalo.
That's going to be hard.
No, they're on the road. Dolphins.
In
Miami.
I think Dolphins are winning.
That's unfortunate because the Dolphins are going to be on a little bit of a revenge tour, I think. Get the doors beat off you by the Ravens the way they did.
McDermott, I think it's Sean McDermott, I think is the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's a defensive coach. He is in his right, he's going to take away what you kind of do good. They've been hurt in the back end as well. I think in the safety, and they lost Tre'Davious White. They haven't really they've been starting to click, but Fangio, I mean, you have, I think, one of the better defenses in the NFL, and Jalen Ramsey didn't even play all season. So, him and Steph are going to be lined up. He's going to travel. I think that Miami has a lot more juice on offense than the Bills, and that's why I think the Bills will lose.
I think the Bills actually take care of that one, just for the fact that they fixed their run game. If it was a shootout between Allen and Tua, I'd lean towards Tua just because you're at home. You got better wide receivers, a lot more speed. That's going to be your kind of game. With the run game unlocked, I think the Bills can take advantage of a Dolphins team that's kind of like the Chiefs, whimpering a little bit at the end of the season here.
Mm-hmm.
You still got your playoff dreams alive, but it's not necessarily going the way you want. We'll wrap it up here on this second segment here on the Don't Punt Hour. Of course, DeMornay Pierson-El to my left, host of the show, Harrison, running the board as always. We got one more segment. We'll talk to you guys on the other side.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
24/7 threat monitoring, expert tech support, streamlined communications. Allo has a solution for that. Protect your business with Allo Business. Comprehensive firewall security, Microsoft Teams voice-integrated communications, cybersecurity and IT support managed by experts. From productivity to peace of mind, Allo has a solution for that. Allo means business. Protect your business by visiting allofiber.com/business.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Introducing The Outlet by Sartor Heyman. The Outlet brings you luxurious Sartor Heyman quality jewelry at unbeatable prices. Shop our expansive inventory of overstocked merchandise and a vast estate collection that just hasn't found its home yet. This is your chance to own stunning designer jewelry at a fraction of the cost. Elevate your style at The Outlet by Sartor Heyman, where luxury and affordability meet. Downtown at 12th and O or online at sartorheyman.com.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Just going to finish this segment out solo for the Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierson-El taking care of some family at the moment. Not an emergency, just being a good dad at the current moment. But with a few more minutes here, we are less than 10 minutes away from tip-off for Nebraska basketball. They're facing Indiana at home in the Vault. We've had some Indiana fans walk past the window and more Nebraska fans. It's always good to see. Cold night, still looks like it's busy. I know Dylan Raiola looks like he's going to be in attendance, giving a few recruiting pitches to everyone who may show up there. But of course, kind of breaking down this Nebraska basketball game, what I think the keys to victory are for Nebraska. We talked about it a little bit on the Don't Punt Hour with DeMornay Pierson-El and, of course, the Amon Green Show with, you guessed it, Amon Green. But looking at this team, offensively, to me, it's the consistency. North Dakota, they start the game off shooting a lot of threes. You're better on skill. You're better on paper. You have more skill. You're bigger, quote unquote, stronger, more athleticism. You get the idea. That's a team on paper that you're just better than. So the approach to take a bunch of early jumpers early in the shot clock when you can have the opportunity to attack, go into the paint, that's not what I want to see out of this Nebraska basketball team. But they did adjust in the second half, and you could argue part of that was losing Rink Mast after Kansas State, trying to find that identity. So I don't want to knock him too much on that game because they did figure it out in the second half. But then you look at the Minnesota game. Well, what went wrong in the Minnesota game offensively? The first half, you're getting a lot of backdoor cuts. You're not settling for early jumpers in the shot clock. Second half comes around. Minnesota adjusts. They take away the backdoor cuts completely. Pretty soon you get locked up. The physicality on the offensive boards, defensive boards, it isn't there. And you not only get out hustled in that second half on the glass and the rebounds, but offensively too, you just didn't give much resistance to what they were doing to you defensively. If they want to really stay glued to you on those backdoor cuts, that's fine. That's going to be more opportunities for you to cut across the top of the key, get a good ball screen. It really set them up. You can attack. You can take a 3-point shot if they're going underneath, or you can cut hard to the rim if they're going to play you that close and deny you anything back door. So to me, it's just adjusting on the fly. Creighton, perfect storm. That's a little tougher one to argue and really blame Nebraska too much. The 3-point shooting Creighton showed up with, it was just elite. That's what a Creighton basketball team can do to you. Shoot really high clip from the 3-point line. For Nebraska basketball in that second half, it just looked like offensively they weren't having their shots falling. I was okay with the approach. That was a game where, yes, I would have liked you to attack a little more inside, but it just became such a hole so quickly that I felt like the only way to get out of it was through the 3-point shot. But even when you would make one, Creighton seemed to match you. But despite that, those to me are the three kind of eyesores. For the most part, this offense has collectively played together. High assist numbers, high free throw numbers. That's a big improvement from last year. That's something you'd love to see out of a Nebraska basketball team. You're not going to be necessarily losing as many games as you lost last season because you can't hit your free throws. So that's been a bonus. The shooting, the 3-point shooting, you have every single starter can step back behind the 3-point line and at least feel somewhat comfortable taking that 3-point shot. Having Rink Mast, I think it's really important. If Rink Mast is back tonight, that's huge because he's shown it. He can shoot the 3-point and he can drag out that big. He's like Derek Walker in the sense that he will set up the offense from the high point or the high post, but he won't necessarily go headfirst into the rim and has the strength and size. He'll pull you out on the 3-point line. And if he does attack inside, he's a little more patient, but he's still that playmaking big we had last season in Derek Walker. We set up a lot of the offense through Mass, and I think that's why that North Dakota game started out as ugly as it did. With that all being said, though, I do think this is a good opportunity. Indiana, yes, they are a good team. We've seen that with Minnesota. We're just not a program that can walk into any of these Big Ten games, even if the ESPN, power index says, Nebraska, you got a 75% chance to win the game. I don't think the players look at that. But as a team, where the history of this program's been, you have to start racking these games together. An Indiana team who currently, as the Big Ten standings sit, looks to be pretty average. It's just not a team that, if you want to get to that next step, you want to be consistently dancing in the tournament, March Madness, you have to take care of these mediocre to bottom level teams. Minnesota was an opportunity for that. You lost that one. Indiana is going to be another game where you can try to make some noise for the program that you had the opportunity when you played Creighton. You lost that one, but now you're going to have an opportunity to play Indiana, play a ranked Wisconsin team, and a ranked Purdue team right after that. So you have 3 big games to get notoriety and attention back to Nebraska basketball. So it's a big opportunity tonight. Root for the Huskers. Hopefully they get a win over Indiana. His tip-off is about 5 minutes away. Don't go anywhere. Chance of Burlington up next.
Plains Cover